Hi, my name is Adam and I work for HP. Today I'm going to show you the unboxing and setup of the HP PhotoSmart 7520 printer. So here's your HP PhotoSmart 7520 printer. The first thing you'll want to do is to open up the box. So just pry open the box or carefully cut the tape and then open it up and fold back all the flaps. You'll notice on the top there are different compartments that are each holding different things, and we'll go through each one to kind of show what's in them. The first thing to do is to remove the cartridges. And these are actually setup cartridges. They are designed to help initialize your printer, and you must use these cartridges when setting up your printer for the first time. Cartridges that you bought from the store will not work to initialize your printer. Now we will pull out this fold of cardboard that is holding miscellaneous items for your printer. We'll go through them. Open it up, and the first item is your power cord, which will be later attached to the power module. And here is the power module for your printer. This next item is a 2-wire phone cord, so you can set up your printer to send and receive faxes. Here is a sample pack of advanced photo paper, so you can print some photos and take full advantage of your printer. The next item is your printer's getting started guide. This includes your basic hardware setup information, as well as your software installation methods and control panel information. Next is the installation CD for your printer, which works with Windows XP, Vista, and Windows 7, as well as Mac 10.6 and 10.7. If you have a later version of Windows or Mac OS, you can visit www.hp.com/support for updated drivers. Now we can remove the printer from the box. I find it's easiest if you just set the box on its side. And HP is nice enough to provide some handles on the plastic that surrounds the printer, so you can remove the printer easily from the box. So just using the handles, just pull it with the styrofoam from the box. It can be a little heavy, so you might have to use a little bit of force here. Just slide it out, and then you can set the cardboard box aside. On top of the printer is going to be another sheet of paper that shows how to set up the printer. You can use this to follow, or you can follow along with this video. Alright, so now we can remove the styrofoam from around the printer. Just slide off one side at a time, and then move to the other side, and lift it up and slide it out. And now we can remove all the plastic and tape and other packaging from the printer. First, try to slide the printer out from the plastic bag. Just work it out from the bottom. You can lift it out. I find this way is easier. Once the bag is removed, we can start removing all the tape. Now there's a lot of tape on these, so you want to make sure you get it all. I start from one side and kind of work my way to the other. So as you're removing tape, it's going to be, parts of it are going to be stuck under other parts, and you'll eventually open up everything to get it all off. Open this up to get this tape in the front. What you want to not do is pry or pull. It can end up damaging the printer. So if you feel resistance, just wait until you open up that part. Pull this off on the front and on the side, making sure you get everything. So we're going to go ahead and lift the scanner lid. There's extra tape and pieces of plastic underneath here. Go ahead and remove this. There's one little piece over here. Now we can lift the top cover and get the rest of the tape that was stuck underneath. Let's go ahead and pull these extra pieces off. There's going to be one extra piece that's holding the print head assembly kind of in place. We want to make sure we remove that and any other packaging that might be inside. If not, you can cause jams later on. So after all the tape has been pulled out from the inside and the top, we can pull it out from the front, the photo tray and output tray. It's going to be underneath the printer a little bit, so you're going to have to lift up to get the rest of the tape off. Another piece here. You're going to have to lift up the printer again for this one. There's one other piece that's going to be on the bottom and also in the photo tray, so you're going to have to lift up the photo tray to get the piece out. And lift up the printer. Now we have to go to the back of the printer, as there's a piece of tape still on the duplexer. And the duplexer is this piece on the back that allows you to print double-sided on pieces of paper. One of the many functions of this printer. With that piece removed, we can go back to the front of the printer and then remove the label that's on the display. Just peel it back. You can discard that. There's an extra piece of paper here that we'll have to remove as well. Now we have to go back inside the printer to remove the piece of plastic that's in the print head. You have to make sure you take this piece out, otherwise when you go to insert the cartridges later, they won't go in and the initialization won't really work correctly. So go ahead and just take this out, and you can discard this piece of plastic. It's not necessary to keep around. Go ahead and close the top cover. And once that's done, we can go ahead and set up the power. So we're going to take the power module and the power cord. We're going to undo the twist ties. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and prepare the power module as well. I've got to remove the zip tie from the cord. Once that's removed, we can connect the power module to the power cord. Now it fits in either way, just go ahead and slide it in. Just make sure it's all the way in so it's got 100% contact. Once these two are connected, we can then plug it into the printer and a wall outlet. Let's go ahead and move to the back of the printer so we can plug it in. So right here is the plug on the back of the printer, the plug outlet. We're going to use the plug from the power module and plug it into the printer. It'll snap right in, should be fairly easy. Return to the front of the printer. Then we'll go ahead and take the plug and plug it in. In this video, we're plugging in a power strip. We do suggest that you plug it directly into a wall outlet, but if a power strip is all you have, then you can use that. Alright, once it's all plugged in, we can go ahead and power the printer on. Go ahead and just push the power button. You'll see a light light up, and your printer will start initializing. During your printer's initialization process, you'll have to set up some options from the control panel of your printer. Right here is the language display, and we're going to have to choose our language for what country you're in or for what language you speak. So at the language selection screen, go ahead and choose your language. For this video we're selecting English, and then it's going to ask you to confirm, so then push yes. Then it's going to ask you to set your country region. For this video we're going to select USA, and once again it's going to ask you to confirm. So go ahead and press yes again. And this screen tells you that you can adjust the display, so you can adjust the angle, so just press OK. At this point we want to go into the setup portion of your printer, so we can set up the time and date. So press the setup button. So we're going to go ahead and set up the time here. Right now it's 12:40 p.m. So using the arrows, scroll up and down until you reach the desired time. This is also going to be the timestamp that's used on faxes. Once you get to the time that you're at, go ahead and press OK. Then we'll go ahead and select the date. So it is December 14th. So I'm going to press 12 and then the day 14. And it's a 4-digit year that you're going to want to use. So let's go ahead and move the printer and get it ready to install the new cartridges. Once again, these are setup cartridges that you must use that came with the printer. So first, slide off the plastic or break it off. It's a little difficult. Now each one of these are individually wrapped, so you're going to have to unwrap them one at a time. First, go ahead and lift the top cover of the printer to access the print head, and it should move over automatically. Alright, once the print head slides over to the middle, we can then open up the cartridges. Make sure you use the orange pull tab on each cartridge. That way it'll properly expose the vent slot that's on top of these, and then also allow the plastic to come off. This is the vent slot that has to be exposed. If you don't see that, you need to make sure you pull the rest of the tape off to get that exposed. Alright, now we're going to remove the orange cap. These are a little difficult. I suggest using 2 hands, a firm grip, and then twisting. And with all the plastic removed, we can now install it into the print head. Making sure you use the right cartridge for the right slot. There's a shape on it and color that match up between the cartridge and the print head. Then we can move on to the yellow cartridge, doing the same thing using the same orange pull tab. Making sure that vent slot gets exposed. Pulling the cap, and then going ahead and installing it into the printer. It can be a little bit difficult. You kind of have to wiggle around and make sure they're in the right slot and all the way in, and then just make sure you push them down and snap them into place. Same thing for the next cartridge. With the magenta. Get that snapped into place. And we can move on to the last cartridge. It's going to be the photo cartridge. Photo black. Sometimes like that it gets stuck. You got to pull out that extra plastic, making sure that vent slot's exposed. Then pulling that cap off. Go ahead and install the last cartridge into the print head, making sure it's snapped into place. Then we can go ahead and close the top cover of the printer. At this point, your printer is going to initialize and prime the system with the new cartridges. So while your printer is initializing, a screen will appear after you've installed the cartridges, showing that you've installed genuine HP cartridges. So we can go ahead and just press the OK button to clear this. So the printer will resume initializing, and the initialization process can take quite a few minutes, so you just be patient while it prepares the printer. Once the printer's done initializing, it's going to ask you to perform an alignment. An alignment basically sets up the print head to drop drops of ink properly in the proper placement on the paper. So we need to use unused plain white paper to do the alignment. Go ahead and open up the input tray. Then you're going to tap your stack of paper to make sure it's perfectly aligned, and then load it into the printer. You're going to have to adjust the width guide here. Once the paper's in, adjust it so that it's up against the paper but not folding it or bending it. And you can lower the tray. Once the paper's in, go ahead and adjust it here. We're going to go ahead and press the OK button to start the alignment process. So with the paper loaded, press OK to start the alignment process. Like the initialization, the alignment process can take a few minutes to complete. As part of the alignment process, an alignment sheet will print out. While it's an important part of the process, the piece of paper, once it's printed, can be recycled. Alright, once the sheet is printed completely, the alignment process is complete. The screen will say that either the alignment was successful or unsuccessful. In this case, it was successful, as you can see here. And then we can go ahead and just press OK to clear the message. Press the OK button. At this point, the printer is going to ask you if you want to set up your printer, either a wireless connection. This video, we're just showing how to set up the hardware, so we're going to press the Connect Later option. It's going to remind you to make sure you install the software on your computer, and then press OK. Once set up, your control panel will then go to the home screen. From this screen, you can scan, send faxes, or change the settings for your printer. So that is the setup for your HP PhotoSmart 7520 printer.